listen, I'm taking applicants, okay? I'm looking for a black American man to be my lover so that I can all I have to pay for is the flight over there, and then I can stay with you. And then you can drive me around. That's the only, I'm not asking you to pay for anything else, okay? That's all I need from you. So essentially, it's not really costing you anything because you're already paying for your rent, motherfucker. Or you own your house, whatever the fuck your situation is. Do you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm asking for. And in return, I will be your lover because I want to be in America, bitch. But the fucking accommodation killed me, and so did the Ubers, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm asking for. You need to be black to apply. Please, you know me already. You should know me. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Demi, and I love American men. So that's all I'm asking for, because my bitch in Australia is like, girl, I'm going to go spend 4 weeks with my lover. And I was like, motherfucker, where's my American lover? Where are you? I've been on this platform for fucking, I don't know how many months now, screaming the same thing, and what happened? Do you know what I mean? I'm lovable. Where's my man? Fuck's sake, apply below.
I'm lovable, she says. There is nothing lovable about this woman. Her shrill voice and endless entitlement just proves that she's a headache. The sad part is that she thinks she's being reasonable by saying all this guy had to do was pay for her round-trip international flight and drive her around, but he also has to let her crash in his home, buy her food, and schedule things to entertain a stranger that he's only seen in TikTok videos. Flying a girl out is incredibly stupid. Not only are you inviting a complete stranger into your life, it's also a massive waste of money. A woman who demands to be treated like that is only interested in getting something, and she's only willing to exchange her body for it. And if that's the case, she's not really a woman. She is a member of the world's oldest profession. We have got some ridiculous video clips for you here today, brought to us by Hadan the Mummy. Let's just jump right into the first one.
Listen, I don't think you should be with a man that's better looking than you, okay? He needs to be a little bit ugly. And hear me out. Hear me out, okay? And this has nothing to do with my man, because my man is actually very good looking. Him and I are like right here. We're right here. And he's getting better looking with age. And I feel like that's the thing with men, that they might start off like, but they get better looking. And we're the ones trying to catch up when we're in our 40s and 50s. But I do feel like the guy needs to be like a little quirky, a little bit less attractive than you, because he needs to be like, damn, a bitch bad. Like, he needs to be like constantly trying to improve and chase after you, because when a man looks like a model, got money, he's over 6 foot, he's for the streets, he's for everybody. Like, what do you mean? No, he needs to be a little bit like, you know. But yeah, this has nothing to do with my man. I actually feel like I got very, very lucky with my husband, because I feel like he's the whole package. He's the whole package. But I don't know, when you see like these guys here on TikTok and they're like so freaking hot, you're like, oh my God. And I see all the girls in the comments, I'm like, you don't want that. You don't want that.
It's amazing how she is somehow magically exempt from the very same advice that she's trying to give other women. And even when she writes that hall pass for herself, she claims that she and her husband are on equal terms when it comes to looks, which is just incredibly insulting for the guy, because she can't give her husband one compliment unless she's somehow taking some form of credit for it. And the thing is that modern women will never get with men that they don't find insanely attractive. And it's crazy how a lot of modern women will link attractiveness with respect. If the guy isn't good looking, she'll feel like she's lowering her value to be with a man that she doesn't even like. That's why if a guy is a violent felon but looks handsome, he will get more leeway than an average man with a good head on his shoulders. So her advice makes no sense, and it's not even possible, really.
Okay, here is the problem with being a female trying to date in 2025. I'm going to say it. Men just aren't masculine enough anymore. They don't take charge. They don't do really simple stuff. Okay, the thoughtful stuff. They're not like forthcoming with arranging a date. I want a guy who's like, babe, I want to see you. You give me a time and a date and I'm going to book it. Then you get the message, babe, meet me here at this time, or I'm picking you up at this time on this day. Wear something like this. Someone who walks on the side of the road by the cars. Someone who opens doors. Do you know how many men don't do this anymore? Too many men. It is the simple things. People who are like, I don't know, just not giving that big masculine energy that so many of us just need. And
It's not a masculinity problem. There are plenty of masculine men out there. The problem is that she tells us one thing but means something completely different. It's fairly simple. She wants Chad to take her seriously. She wants an incredibly good-looking, well-dressed, wealthy man to take charge and to make her feminine for a long-term relationship. And when she doesn't get what she wants, she blames all men for not being good enough to meet her standards. The irony is, even if she does find that impossibly perfect man, she still won't be happy anyway. It wouldn't make a difference if this man ticked all of her boxes because there will always be something else to make her combative. Whether he plays video games, plays a sport, or just wants some time to himself, she will find a reason to rip him a new one simply because she wants a masculine leader that she can control. That's why she keeps talking about what she wants but doesn't mention a single reason why men should actually satisfy those particular needs.
I think the problem is so many men are intimidated by independent women. Women who have fended for themselves, women who are doing it all on their own and don't need a man anymore. Would we like one? I would, a decent one. But I don't need anyone. I don't need a man to come and save me or to look after me or to fend for me or provide for me because I can do all of that on my own. And that is the problem now. Women are becoming so incredibly successful, so independent, and they're doing both the male and the female roles, majority in their house, that men are really going to have to step up their game. Because speaking to my single friends, it's not just me feeling this way. Like, we have everything on our own. It's going to take so much more for a man to step up and show up and just bring back like those old school male values and masculinity. It's just...
Men have never once been intimidated by employed women. We don't care if a woman has her own money and takes care of herself. That doesn't affect our lives one way or the other. She just tells herself that because she refuses to live in a world where she is the problem. So she resorts to petty insults towards, entire groups of men, which is rather funny because insulting men is not going to motivate them to quote unquote step up for women. There's literally no point in doing that. But the good news is that more and more men are waking up and embracing their masculinity, going to the gym, focusing on their finances, and pushing back against an entire generation of women who wouldn't bother to call the fire department if you were stuck in a burning building. And these women just expect men to come to their rescue. But once a man realizes his own self-worth, women like that get left in the dust, and they will never understand why.
The lack of communication in this day and age literally blows my mind. I feel like I might challenge someone on something and if they don't like it, they will literally ghost you. And for me, that's just like, it makes me laugh because I'm like, yeah, I knew you were immature, but clearly you can't communicate either. But just all of it, the way people communicate now, the way people don't pursue things, that drive, it's just missing, and it's making dating in 2025 so difficult. And genuinely, I would much rather be on my own and carry on doing everything on my own than settle for the scraps that are currently out there.
Modern women are the ones who created the communication problem. When they were younger, they had no problem ghosting dudes for pretty much any reason. And now that it's happening to them, all of a sudden, it's a societal problem. Now, she says that she can't understand why a guy would ghost her after disagreeing with her. But the answer is quite simple. The man she wants, or the men she wants rather, are not going to waste their time putting up with her crap. The second she says something he considers out of line, she's done and he's already on to the next woman. So naturally, they cope. They keep telling themselves that they refuse to settle for the scraps. But what she doesn't realize is that those scraps are practically the entire male population across the planet. And she expects those men to rise up to quote unquote her level. But there's really no point. No man should ever be willing to allow a woman to settle for him. It is a massive sign of disrespect and a clear-cut case that she's just using you. That's just a monumental insult that no man deserves, and this is the exact reason why men are walking away, and it keeps getting easier for them as time goes on. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Click this video that's up on the screen now if you want to see more. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.